So I guess the Eagles aren't going to be able to afford anybody, and I guess the Eagles aren't going to have any cap for anything, really. So look at this clip from Mike Garafolo, NFL Network, Ian Rappaport, bunch of the dudes on this morning. Check this out real quick.
Now I'm going to just address real quickly, Ian, you mentioned the Eagles. They will do something at the running back position. I had mentioned on a Philly radio station the other day, Tevin Coleman being a possibility for the Eagles. That'll be a guy on their radar. He's going to come in about half the money as Le'Veon Bell, and we're hearing that that might be too pricey for the Eagles for Coleman at $7.5 million or so. So for them to pay now double for Le'Veon Bell, and I understand that he's a better overall player, that doesn't seem very likely. So I think the Eagles are in, you said, at the right price, but I think that price has got to come down from where everybody truly.
I guess we're not going to be able to afford certain guys. Now, when they talk about Le'Veon Bell, they talk about the running back market first, which I was really, I want to see. It's all it's been about Antonio Brown all day today. I'm like, I had enough about these Antonio Brown segments. So they brought up the running back market, Le'Veon Bell. They named teams that were interested. Even the Colts, which I don't think the Colts are still interested, and I think the Jets are still in play. But they named the Eagles in play for Le'Veon Bell, but at a certain price. The Colts are in, the Jets are in, the Eagles are in at a certain price. And then they said Tevin Coleman, Mike Garafolo was talking about Tevin Coleman and pretty much said, well, that's half of, Tevin Coleman is probably going to get half of Le'Veon Bell's salary. And the Eagles won't be able to afford him, but at a certain price. There's the tag with the Eagles, at a certain price. I guess we're not going to do anything in free agency, guys. That's what it sounds like. I mean, I don't believe a damn word they say because they don't know shit what's going on. And this is without the Nelson Agholor restructure or trade. And let me tell you something. The Eagles want Nelson Agholor in the building for years to come. And they can extend Nelson Agholor, give him more years, give him some money, lessen that cap hit, and we get some money back. So there's the plan for Nelson Agholor. The Eagles do not want him to go. I know the Eagles don't want him to go. They want him to stay here, but that $9.3 million cap hit is just crazy right now. So that's without that move. The next move the Eagles need to make a decision on is Jason Peters. You get rid of Jason Peters, you're saving $10.5 million back to the cap for the Philadelphia Eagles, and that's a lot of money. That's a few little backup signings. That's a lot of money right there, $10.5 to come back. Now the Eagles can do the same thing with Nelson Agholor. They can extend his years, restructure, and lessen that cap number. But I really only have a feeling that Jason Peters is only going to be here if they do something. If they have a plan for Jason Peters, it's going to be a one-year extension for one more year. Or they're just going to get rid of him and get the 10.5 back into the cap and look for a left tackle to compete with Big V and Jordan Mailata. So you have a lot of decisions to make, and it seemed like all these NFL analysts on TV, on NFL Network, just thought the Eagles are done, they're out. Sometimes it's not all about the money. When you speak in Le'Veon Bell's case, it is, because I don't really see him really caring about a team too much. Unless he really wants to win a championship. That's yet to be seen. Tevin Coleman, I have no idea what he wants. He probably wants to get paid. He's been a rotational back for a long time. He probably wants to get a little bit of money. You know what? And he does deserve a little bit more money. So we can't even afford half of Le'Veon Bell's salary of what was said this morning on that little clip I just showed you. I watched everything. I want to see if there's a little bit more info, but that was pretty much the only thing they really said about the Eagles. With the running back market, and it said the Eagles are high on the running back market right now. They want to get a running back, which we believe, and that is so. But between everything going on, I don't know what the case is with it, but I wouldn't doubt the Eagles so damn much. And I know the Eagles have been quiet on the front, guys, because honestly, the Eagles for free agency, they're always quiet. You don't really see deals happen before they happen. You know what I mean? You don't see deals before free agency already made. Most of the time you don't. But I wouldn't count the Eagles out on trying to do something, okay? Let me tell you something. It may be about the money with some players now. Le'Veon Bell, maybe. But, look. other free agents are looking at this team. How do you think we got Alshon Jeffrey to Philly? How do you think we got free agents to Philly? How did we get LeGarrette Blount to Philly? You know, you have LeGarrette Blount still out there in free agency, okay? You have LeGarrette Blount. You know, you can make a trade to get Jordan Howard over here. Do a lot of things. There's a lot of things the Eagles can do. It doesn't have to be getting the top marquee guys, okay? As long as there's a running back that can get some pressure and that is productive and help Carson Wentz a little bit, that's all I really care about at this point. But other free agents are seeing how the Eagles are treating their players. When they do well, they get rewarded. Now, Michael Bennett's case is a different story because he's up there in age, and, you know, I don't know why he's, you know, we're not expecting to give him a long-term deal, and that's just the fact of the matter is we weren't going to do that anyway. Players get rewarded. The resilience of this locker room, how tight this locker room is, and how much closer that this is going to turn into a championship team, a playoff team every year. And it's starting to look like that. Other teams are going to see that. Other teams are seeing that. Other players are seeing that that are going to be free agents or are free agents. It's going to attract. Okay, Carson Wentz is going to be on a comeback year this year. So that's really all the news. I don't believe a damn word anybody says. The Eagles got something up their sleeve. I'm not saying there's going to be a big name, but I'm saying they're going to make moves. They're not just not going to make moves. I'm looking for a deep threat receiver in free agency. I'm looking for a running back, and I'm looking for at least a D lineman sign, whether it's a D tackle or another defensive end. And I'm expecting Chris Long to come back. And I'm expecting a linebacker to at least get signed in free agency, a veteran linebacker. A lot of options the Eagles have. The Eagles will have cap space to do it. But the running back market, it all depends. Guys want to get paid. But we're going to see how true the reports are. Just how true, just like when you see all these mock drafts and you see, oh, this guy's going to go here. Oh, yeah, they're going to pick that. The draft analysis is always wrong every year. The draft is always wrong every year. The only picks that you really see that are going to be to be are the first, 3 picks of the draft. Other than that, you never know. All it takes is a blink of an eye, and that's really it. So let me know in the comment section what you guys think. They just think that Howie just can't do anything. They think that the front office of this, they just think that we can't make any moves. And, you know, Howie Roseman's worked his ass off in a week to get as much cap as he has gotten into the cap. So I wouldn't count the Eagles out for anything. I don't believe a damn word they say on there. I'll be surprised if no moves are made. But moves are going to be made regardless. Nelson Aguilar and Jason Peters, Eagles got to work on those two. Get a lot of cap space out of that. So that's all I got to say, guys. Let me know in the comment section below what you guys think. I'll see you guys later. Shake Squad up. Files fly.